My boss's sister kept mocking me for not speaking their language and talked down to me in Spanish, so I recorded everything and exposed her. I have been babysitting this boy, Daniel, for about twice a week for about 6 or 7 hours a day. His mom stays at home and I'm there to keep her son entertained as she cleans or gets to rest for a bit. Now this family is wonderful. The mother and father treat me like a family member and it's amazing. Now, I usually arrive at their house after the mom, Maria, calls her family/in-laws. I arrive later in the morning and Maria usually wakes up early to call them because of time difference. This time, however, Maria gives me her phone, with her mother and father on the other side. She leaves to do work downstairs and Daniel is being entertained by his grandmother and grandfather. I sit beside Daniel, watching over him, and just not butting in. That phone call goes smoothly. It's the next phone call that makes me irritated. Maria's sister, Tiffany, calls. I answer and basically do the same thing. Don't talk and just watch over Daniel. Then, out of the blue, she starts talking to me. I'm like, oh, she maybe wants to speak to me because I'm the babysitter. I introduce myself and so does she. Daniel starts to fuss and I start to hold him. Now, Maria's family is bilingual. They speak English and Spanish, so Daniel says some things in Spanish and some things in English. I know very little Spanish. Best I can do is count to 10. Since babysitting Daniel, I've picked up some Spanish but not a lot as I don't have good memory and don't practice it outside of their house as nobody in my family speaks Spanish. Anyway, Tiffany asks if I know any Spanish. I tell her the truth, that I barely know any but I'm starting to pick up some words. She responds with a laugh and says I will learn Spanish as I go, which I thought were words of encouragement, like she was just trying to be helpful. I mean, it wouldn't be bad if I picked up even a little Spanish, but what's crazy is the remark she kept making about me on how I couldn't speak Spanish. She was very condescending and spoke to me as if I was lesser than her. She kept speaking to Daniel in Spanish, which, I don't care, but it's the way my name kept popping up when she was speaking to him that didn't sit right with me. I just knew she was talking crap about me, or that's what my gut feeling said. Anyway, could be wrong, but it felt like she was talking crap about me. Been bullied enough times to know when someone's talking crap about me even if they're speaking another language lol. Anyway, after about an hour of her continuous comments about how I couldn't speak Spanish and her talking to Daniel, she had to go. When she asked for kisses from Daniel, I feel like I won. You know why? He started to give kisses to me instead of her. I will let everyone know this. I do kinda have anger issues. I've been working on them and I'm proud to say I'm getting better at controlling my anger and I haven't lashed out at anybody in a year. So when Daniel started to kiss my cheek, even with his aunt trying to tell him no, kiss me, kiss the screen, blow me a kiss, all the anger that was simmering and starting to boil vanished. It evaporated. When she hung up I felt overjoyed. And, honestly, I wish I could have given Daniel a medal. He wouldn't have understood why, of course, but he was a true hero in that scenario. I honestly thought about telling Maria about what Tiffany was saying to me, but I didn't. Her family arrives in about 2 days and I didn't want to start any drama. I mean, I'm probably never going to see or speak to Tiffany again. And if I do, it'll be through a phone and only for maybe an hour. I did the right thing, right? Update. Okay, so here's the tea. I babysat early in the morning again, and Maria had called Tiffany. Maria went downstairs and Tiffany had started acting out again. So, what did I do this time? Well, hey, I might have started screen recording on Maria's phony thought over the comments the night before I was babysitting again, but I decided not to tell Maria unless I had evidence. I mean, their family. I also don't want to lose Maria's trust by saying Tiffany did something and then Tiffany saying she didn't and me being let go of the job. Anyway, after recording and Tiffany hanging up, I start playing with Daniel until he goes downstairs for his nap. Maria and I are alone watching Daniel from the baby monitor as we start making some food. This is where I drop the bomb. I tell her what Tiffany has been doing. Now, I don't know much Spanish, so I don't know what Tiffany had been saying about me, but judging by Maria's expression as she watched an hour's worth of Tiffany being on the phone, I can tell it's kinda bad. Maria apologized to me, which I told her she didn't have to because it wasn't her fault, but she was insistent on apologizing because, in her words, Tiffany is family, and she shouldn't have said that to you. Anyway, after that, she started calling people, probably family, as she was speaking fast in Spanish. She sounded upset, rightfully so. She had called multiple people while I watched Daniel on the baby monitor. I also saw that Tiffany had tried calling Maria a few times only to be ignored. Tiffany and the rest of Maria's family will be visiting in like 1 or 2 days, so I hope I didn't start any major conflict, but Maria definitely needed to know.